Hello and welcome back to the High Shelf Collective, where we are playing Championship Wrestling Memphis. Real quick, I'm gonna just do a couple really quick announcements, and then I'll hand it over to you, Sin, to kick us off and introduce the rest of the cast. So we got a lot going on. We took a little bit of a break in July or in June because it is July, but July's been pretty busy. Let's see. This Friday, we have Signals and Shadows premiering, and it's a four-part episode that's being run by um, I had it, Bobby, and I'm in it, and some other wonderful people in it. It's going to be fantastic. I don't quite know because I've never played this system, but I'm getting Scooby Doo vibes with Eldritch horror vibes. So take that for what you will. It's taking place in Appalachia, my home. I'm so excited. Then Tuesday on the 23rd, Werewolf season 2 is back. Rage Across Texas. It's a fan. If you came back for season 1, we pretty much were a nuisance. Me, Taylor, David, um, Abby and a bunch of others are playing in that game. It's going to be fun. If you want to, I might be biting the head off of a cop. So, fuck the police. Wednesday on the 24th, we have Beacon Bites 2 Rural Flush. Another wonderful game that Taylor is running, and it's been very well received. It's very fun. And then some point in next week, our boy Nate is running will be premiering a two a two one shot premiering uh based off of is that what I'm reading? Yeah. Based off of the book that me, Taylor, and GSSG Gavin wrote together for Omega Tales. There's also Butter Princess in Double Identity. So we're going to be busy all the way up and looks like until August. So come back, check us out, and thanks for showing up tonight. Sin, take us away. Tell us what's up.
Howdy, y'all. So we are here for Championship Wrestling Memphis, episode I don't even remember which, the Cinderella story. This is using the Worldwide Wrestling System, and we are playing as characters that are both the characters outside of the ring and inside of the ring. We're going to go around and have everybody introduce themselves. We will popcorn around. And if y'all can give me your name, your character's name, your playbook, and the response to the character question of what will your pay-per-view appearance mean to you? With Let's start with the one character that is we don't know if they're going to be at the pay-per-view. Who is also our guest star. Let's start with Ruiz.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Yeah, I am Ruiz, pronounced Zeishi. I am playing Belin Bacchus Barros. They use they them pronouns. Uh, they are using the clown gimmick. Silly, goofy little guy here to have fun. And if they do manage any sort of pay per view appearance, even though even if it's a couple of promos, uh, they're they're looking to get a little bit more serious matches in. Try to show off that physicality a bit more. And I'll throw it to Paul.
Hello, Paul. I'm Paul. So, hello, y'all. I'm Paul. I'm back. I'm unapologetically black because I can talk tonight. I am not at home, so I'm completely thrown for a loop. I'm streaming from an undisclosed location, but I am playing Randall the Hydra Harrison, the Ace playbook. He has been done carrying the light division on his back and has now moved up to medium and is in this hot feud and the appearance on the pay-per-view is making it in the US with his style of wrestling. He's traveled the world, he's wrestled other places, he's wrestled in like technically, yes, I guess he has technically wrestled on pay-per-view before, but never in the States, because he has wrestled in like junior league stuff, which does get you a pay-per-view match, not necessarily the main event, but it does get you a pay-per-view match before. But the US pay-per-view means he's made it with his style, which is much more of a hybrid, non-traditional US style of wrestling. He's wrestling a counter wrestling style, very technical style that doesn't usually blow up super big in the States. It's way more World of Sport / strong style combo. So there's that. We're gonna go to Amber.
Hi, everybody. I'm Amber, also known as the Space Jamper. I am a 3-time Emmy nominated and now 1-time Emmy award winning TTRPG writer, editor, podcaster, and streamer. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Too bad I won't be at Gen Con to accept that award, but it's fine because fuck Zionism. Anyway, I am playing. You can find me anywhere there's internet at the Space Jamber. Although, frankly, I'm not on the internet technically right now because I'm on hiatus because I'm going to therapy twice a week. Yeah. So I am playing Juno Schroeder, also known as Mantis, the Call Up playbook. And to answer the question that's been posed, what will my PPV appearance mean to me? To Mantis, it kind of is. It represents the manifestation of all of the hard work, all of the dedication, all of the years that they've put in to their career, and it's all happening so fast now that they've been called up to this level. So they just want to prove to everyone around them that they were worth being brought up to the big time instead of just being relegated to the lower ranks, the AAAs. So, popcorn to popcorn to Jason.
Cool. Hi, everybody. I'm Jason LaRock, and I've got my boy Jack the Lumberjack Lambda, the monster, the big man on campus, but he's just big in size. He's not really intimidating yet. I think one of the things that this pay-per-view match is going to mean to him is just building his own personality and image. And I think going at it with the stable is kind of inspiring him to do more than just play the whole story of I'm from the internet. This is my goofy thing that I do. And I'm here because of that fame. It's I'm here because I'm a contender. I'm a personality. I'm a force to be reckoned with, and I have a belt to prove it. So that's kind of what this match and this journey is going to mean when he gets to the end of it, and hopefully he scores that belt.
Sweet.
And then I guess last is Casey.
Hey, how y'all doing? My name is Casey Patterson. You can pretty much find me on just Instagram at Tabletop Trucker 78 at Instagram if you want to see my worldly adventures. And I am playing Otis High Flyer. The book I'm playing is the anti-hero. And I think what the pay-per-view match means for him is that it pretty much takes his core being, which is you don't have to walk in the establishment to become something. You can do your own thing, be the problem, and still get far in life. Like you can, and so like he's looking forward to win or lose, solidify that for his fans, for his area, and for Memphis wrestling in general, is that you can get to the top and still walk that line, right? You don't have to be a complete dick, but you don't have to be a corporate stooge either. So like that's what it means to him.
Love that. And of course, I am the creative for the evening. Your game master, Synthetic. You could call me Sin. And we're going to start off with a big gathering. Now, leading up to the pay-per-view, Bertie Bozeman, the head booker and promoter of Championship Wrestling Memphis, has gotten everyone together. Every wrestler that is under contract is here in the lodge. And usually, this area of the lodge is where the ring's set up. But today, you have a bunch of long tables. And there is barbecue to be had. And this is meant to be a meeting together where y'all are getting on the same page heading in to the pay-per-view. You are all at this event, and it is up to you. Do y'all want to be sitting together as a stable, or do you want to be like mingling with your opponents, talking about things that are coming up, different plans? This is a space away from the public eye where you can strategize without breaking kayfabe. So, first off, let's decide as a group: are y'all together, or would you like to be separate?
I mean, I'm gonna say I would at least try to organize us to have a place to sit together,
Right.
like a place to go back to. Not necessarily that we have to start out sitting together, if that makes any sense. I know that feels like riding the line, but it's very much this idea of like none of us are unwelcoming people. Like, so I don't like the idea of us being like we're sitting and not interacting. But I would definitely say like Randall would probably, because Randall's been there the longest out of everybody, and Randall also kind of does the proto like trying to manage everybody thing. So we probably got them like 4 seats near each other and like near the center area of the table. So it's easy to interact with everybody, but it is seen they're sitting together. So like nobody can, there is a level of politics that's going to occur here. And that way nobody can sequester off Jack and tell him it's a really good idea to lose, or Mantis, you should really take this awful bump. Like he's kind of trying to keep track of everybody but Otis, because Otis is going to do Otis things. And like keep track of his other 2 stable mates so they don't get talked into something that is a bad idea. But he also wants to make it so other people can approach them because they're not assholes outside of the world of kayfabe.
I mean, I have 7 plates of barbecue right now because I just got done working today, and I'm like, yes, food. Because I'm trying to build up my body. I'm trying to get them gains right. I want to look the best, trying to get that Nightwing physique going. So I'm be at the table. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I'll be at the table eating.
As we know, Dick Grayson loves brisket. Like
You should.
like, but yeah. So That's probably positioning, but he's kind of keeping an eye on Jack and Mantis over the plates of food that apparently. Actually, no, he is gonna straight up be like, just take some stuff off of Otis's plate if he feels the need to, instead of going back and standing back up to get more, and just be like, I don't even care. I don't even care. I'm the elder here. I'm the elder statesman here.
Why?
I don't have to get up again.
You can just ask. Here, have a plate of ribs, my guy. Like, plenty to go around.
He's gonna hand you the ribs back and be like, smoked chicken. If you're gonna get me something I like. That's
hold on.
You know how this go. Don't even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Smoked
he takes
turkey,
like half.
smoked chicken.
Why? It's not gonna kill you. It's if it makes you feel better. It's beef ribs.
I just don't want ribs right now. I don't like.
Oh,
I'm not a
I
body
mean-
guy. I just don't want ribs at this exact moment. I've never been a body
Okay.
guy. I've never
Okay,
ever
so-
been a body guy.
It's good high
I've been a
protein.
work rate dude. It is, but I'm not Brian Cage, so I'll eat what I want. Like I'm good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So yeah.
Quick question. Has anyone from the Suits come to this meal? I know that they were currently one by one dropping out, except for Stacy.
Yeah, you actually do notice here, like even the people who are injured, out of action, they've been invited. Some of them are going to be doing things backstage. But yeah, the Suits are here, and they are all together.
Oh wow, okay.
So the only one who was out, I believe one of them was contracted to another organization and left. I can't remember offhand who that was. That person isn't there, but the other three are.
I believe it was the mid-sized dude that we knew the
Okay.
least about, because they had another
Diamond
monster.
Rob Stark.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay.
I think he got
So-
eaten by another Fed.
He is gone, but Sam Bowman, Troy Sarkeesian are both there with Stacy, and there's a lot of sullen faces at that table.
I think I want to say, if it's possible, I want Jack to get him some drinks.
Oh,
Just because we've kind of started our stable off of theirs, and just kind of knowing the direction that they're taking, just from stuff that I'm assuming that we've heard from Mantis. Just kind of give them a little something as like a, not necessarily like a sending off, but they'll know what it means.
Fair enough. Yeah, you are able to do that. Troy is not able to imbibe, but because of part of his recovery.
Mm-hmm.
But the other two willingly take it, and you see Stacy kind of looking over as if she's still making a decision. You're not sure what that's about.
Yeah. But Jack will set down 2 beers and a cream soda, and just kind of take his own, offer them a toast, and move on his way.
They accept the toast, and you could see slightly moved by it.
Nice. Okay. I think. Who am I? Am I fighting the clown tonight? Is that what I'm
Tonight,
doing?
you are fighting Bacchus?
Belin.
Belin?
Yeah, Bacchus.
Okay.
Bacchus. I'm gonna find Bacchus, and I'm gonna be like, "Sup?" Like he just plops down. He just plops down like, "Sup? So how we doing? How's your mama and them?"
Hey, what's up? I think yeah, they just sort of like casually, like high five, sort of like grab your hand, shake it. Yeah, they're medium. They're medium in the medium weight rank. They're about like 5'7", about like around 180 something. Right now they're just they're not in their wrestling getup, so they're just in like a truly massive hoodie and some gym shorts. It was like we're just eating barbecue. Like I'm not dressing up. It's just us. Uh, yeah, like sort of like uh, medium brown skin, sort of like
Mm-hmm.
wavy hair and a real messy wolf cut. They did it on Instagram Live like a week ago. Uh,
I love
yeah,
that.
it is. Uh, 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 Brought their own drink, so they have like this huge like 2 liter of cola champagne. If you haven't had it, it's like a cream soda.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll pour you a cup.
Oh,
Very good,
appreciate you,
Michael.
appreciate you.
Of course.
He's got a half a rack of ribs. It's probably like his third set at this
Mhm.
point. And he's like, so I think he's sent in about just. Are you new or have you been here? Like just so understand player like the dynamic between our characters. It's like, would I have known you? Or are you a call up to fight in this, or have you been in the stables for a while? Type situation.
They haven't been around. They've probably been around like 6 months. Like
Okay.
starting with like helping out with social, like promoting on social media and stuff, and then through just like through endless nagging, finally got in front of a crowd and popped like crazy. So now there will be audience members who get upset if they don't see them show up at least once. Uh, yeah. So like enough to know names and faces, but not long enough to know like real deep histories.
Cool. He's like, so Otis is like, I just want to ingratiate myself. I've been watching you really come up and popping off, and I think this is our first match. This is gonna be our first match. So I just wanted to get to know you and see, like, what am I to expect? Like what kind of antics are we gonna get up to? My kind of antics. The high flying showstopper type kind of stuff. So I want to just kind of get a feel of what to expect in the next night or so.
Yeah, you're usually high up. I usually, try to stay on the ground. I've been working, rope work is new to me, so I try to, you know, stay on the ground. Mostly, body blows, kicks, a couple of holds. Still learning.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm more of a bounce off the ropes, rope work, backflips, try to do some body stuff, real high energy. So I think we'll mesh well. Just to give you an idea, Otis is like 6'5".
Mhm.
He's got dreadlocks. The one thing that you notice is that his persona on the ring and off the ring are similarly the same. Like he wears similarly the same clothing that you see, maybe a little tighter for like actual work, but like he's got anarchist patches. Think of Hobie off of Spider Verse.
Mhm.
He's got that vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he does. That's what he is. Like so, he's like, I'm really looking forward of being having a match with you. It's gonna be pretty fun. I think it's gonna be electrifying, and it's gonna really help you and me continue on this climb. I think win or lose, it's gonna be pretty fun.
Yeah. No. I won't say anything, but I've been hearing some good things. Good things potentially coming up for you. You know, and we're gonna make sure you get there. We can get you up there.
Thank you. And I've been hearing good things about you, so we're gonna make it a show. We're gonna make the crowd electrified because I like your
Yeah,
style. I like your
yeah,
style.
appreciate it. You know, yeah. Yeah, I like I know the work you do with the younger folks, so stuff like that. I really appreciate it. I sort of do from a different end. Uh, talk to the the younger queer kids. Sort of like also getting their families up to speed. Just like here's what these words mean. If you Google it, you're just gonna get lost. Google's useless
Don't.
now.
Mm-mm.
Google's useless now.
Agreed.
So let me, I got a pamphlet for you. You just go off of this. Trust the kid. Okay, it is.
I tell you what. Hey, I got some things in the neighborhood coming up. Got a car show. Got some stuff really trying to get the neighborhood up to speed on while also promoting our stuff. I would really like if you come out with me, because you snap. See, I'm not all that great with social media. I'm good with pulling the stunts off, not promoting
Yeah.
the stunts. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, just tell me where and where. I'll be there. I'll be there with the camera. I got you.
oh yeah. No, I really want to help Memphis out. Been here forever. Want to see it grow. So
Yeah,
let's link up,
100%.
and then
Great.
they produce another plate out of nowhere and be like, "Here, have some ribs."
Oh no, yeah. Like it looks at their half like finished plate of ribs. Like, yeah, I was gonna get another one in a minute anyway.
Yeah, and then we could just chill out after that.
Yeah.
You actually, a little bit later, Alex, who is looking like they are going to be Otis's opponent for the Internet Championship finals, they come up. They are another high flying heavyweight, 6'7", 265, and they have a they are someone that has also been like in the outreach for queer youth, and they just come by to say, "Hey, Billy,
Yep.
I just wanted to say that I like what you're doing, and I like the direction you're going. If you decide to get real serious, come see me. Maybe we can work out, do some tag team, something like that.
All right. I'll be in touch.
I'll be watching tonight."
Yeah.
Otis is like, "Oh shit, let's go."
So like bum shoulders, so it's a little like yeah, yeah. It's I've been working. I've been training. The exercise stuff, struggling to keep up, but I can do my bumps. I can take hits, but
I tell you what. After this match, if you need like a training partner, because I obviously Alex got the eyes on you to be tag team, and so, but if you need a training partner, I'll help you out. I got you, no problem.
I could really use it. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
From there, let's jump over. What is Jack up to at this point?
I think after kind of passing off the drinks, he I think you'll find where Mantis is sitting. And kind
Where
of,
is Mantis sitting?
yeah, kind of take a seat with Mantis.
Mantis was kind of hoping that we would be sitting as a stable, but it appears that is not going to be the case.
I think that's why I'm sitting with Mantis, because I'm also confused.
Yeah.
I think I want to be clear. I think the only one that got up was Otis to go talk to his opponent. I think the three of us are all kind of sitting around together. Jack went and got drinks and came back. That was my understanding of what happened.
Wait, did Otis leave? Did Otis leave a huge plate of food?
He literally took like the top half. He took like the top half of his plate, went to go hang out with his opponent, and then he'll eventually come back to finish the rest of his food.
Oh, then I'll grab Mantis Otis, and we'll go sit over with the stable then.
Okay, great. Yeah, because they were interested in just like wanting to promote everyone together since we're all on the come up together. And you know, they you know, reach out to like clink glasses with Jack in celebration of this exciting momentous occasion, and they're like, look at this, we did it. We're about to go pay-per-view.
We're still doing it. we're still going.
Can you even believe it? That this is real? That this is something that we can do?
I wake up every day not believing, but I gotta keep believing, because it's one of those pinch me moments, you know?
Yeah.
Like about a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, who would have thought, you know, that we'd be here doing this right now, making these plans? Because I'll be honest, I don't know about you, but do you think that we're ready to go?
They wouldn't put us up like this unless they thought we were.
I mean, I know what they expect, and I know they see it.
The all-paying they, yeah.
yeah. But I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I catch myself doubting whether or not, I mean, me personally, is ready for this.
Randall looks over, because we're all sitting together.
Yeah.
It is very... Fear is the mind killer. I'm kidding. But, listen. Birdie has a great eye for talent. You've been traveling. You've been putting in the work. We did a Japan tour. Your social media hits are up on things. Everything you've been doing is putting you in the right place where you need to go. If Birdie didn't think you were ready, Birdie wouldn't put you there. If I didn't think you were ready, I'd run you through more drills to make you ready. I think you're at the spot where you need to be for what you want. And what you want is to be presented right now is a really hard to beat monster inside the ring. I don't expect you to do a 6-man Iron Man match.
Oh God, no.
That's not what we're going to do.
No.
Like, let's be clear. You're where you need to be right now, and that's okay. Everyone can always get better. I can get better. Mantis can get better. Otis, unbeknownst to himself, can get better. Everyone can get better. I was just talking about how you're full of yourself.
What the hell is that?
It's a mouthful of Otis.
Yeah, I don't think I want a mouthful of Otis. I'm sorry.
No, thanks.
I don't. I'm not. Anyway, sorry.
But no, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's
you're where you need to be, and if you feel like you need to patch things up or you need to work on something, then you know what? We have drills. We have time to do that. We've got another month. I can shred 45 pounds off you in a month. You ain't gonna be happy with it, but I can do it. You're gonna hate.
No, and I believe you. Oh, I believe you.
Okay.
I believe you, and I know you'll do it.
But you're where you need to be. You're at the spot on the card where you need to be. You have the drawing power to be there. If you didn't, you wouldn't be there, because Birdie would say something about it. And as much as you guys are my stablemates, I would say something about it because this was best for the company. We're all in this together. a rising tide raises all boats. Like, we are in this together. As for having seen things, I've seen companies grow. I think this company is in a great spot. We're not overspending. We're not doing things we shouldn't be doing. We are relying on volunteer work from the talent to get things where it needs to go, which is good. But overall, we're in a much better place than we could be. We are, if we get the buy rate we're projecting, we will have made money, which is what's important, because none of this works if we don't make money in the long run.
Oh god, yeah.
But I think we're everywhere we need to go. And I think we're in a good place. And I think this dinner is a good place to see that. Just keep your eyes open, because half of wrestling is backstage politics. Birdie really tries to discourage them. People really try to do, and I try to look out for you all, but I'm not your dad, and I can't be everywhere all at once. So remember, when you're talking to somebody, that like you want to look good coming out of things. Like, the experimental possible face turn last week wasn't even my idea. Last event wasn't even my idea. That whole, we had Mantis rough up his wife. That made Mantis look even more dastardly, more hated, got more boos. So that way, when Stacy came out and did something about it, it made Stacy look better. All of this builds on each other, and being able to see the bigger picture is sometimes really hard. But remember, what you do just isn't about you. It's about the people you're wrestling. It's about the future feud you're going to be in. And it's about the company. It's the storytelling is what brings people in. We can talk about work rate all the time, and I could have a great match, and I try to. But keep in mind, most of what I did last taping was really basic stuff I've done throughout most of my career. But did I get more heat from it than I usually have? Yeah. Did we make somebody who people have hated because he loves his really good looking wife for years suddenly have a lot of sympathy? Yes, it did. Were there people who thought I was great for doing it? Yes, which that worries me on a fundamental level, but that we'll not talk about the psychology of that. But like, everything built on everything. And that's the same thing that's been happening with you, Jack. Everything's been building on everything. I would say the mini feud you had with the former member of the Suits was a really good example of like how to use your social media, how to engage with that.
That felt
got
good.
you where you needed to be. And that might be where you want to engage with a lot of your feuding, is on your secondary source. Like, I don't have a huge social media following, nor do I really engage with social media as much. Maybe I should hire a social media consultant. That's probably not a bad idea.
Yeah,
It'll depend on what we decide coming out of the pay-per-view, whether they decide to put the belt on me or not. That's really what it'll come down to. I feel like I should probably have more of a social media presence if that happens. I'm actually really happy that feud has taken off with Dallas more than I thought it would. Some people really doubted that feud was going to take off, but it's been getting a lot of pretty good heat, I feel. And that's, people have been saying it's good heat. Mantis has just started feud. I've seen people talk about it already. Like,
oh yeah, no, me too.
Stacy's been looking hot coming out of that. Mantis is looking good as a good opponent. Mantis is, I don't want to say an unknown here, but you're so the call up. So this is the first big spotlight you've had.
Yeah.
Jack's been here longer. Everybody knows that he was a big guy, but he was way more carefree. He was arguably a dance routine away from Funkasaurus levels of silly at some points in time, but that's all changed. Like, now people are scared. The change in his repertoire, the change in the way he brings the pain, the loudness of the chops in the arena, and the oohs and the woos and the flinches we get off of that tells people that he's gone from, oh, I'm a fun guy that likes to cut wood, to he will chop a hole in your chest and there's nothing you can do about it. And that changes people's perspective. And all those things are finite because that's the crowd, but these are all what we're working on, and keeping that in mind is perspective. Hopefully, I hope that gives you guys better perspective.
No, for sure.
It really does. It's just, I'm sure you understand. You've been in my shoes before. Finally getting to this point. I mean, I didn't always want to be a heel, right? But I mean, it is what it is. But getting here to be able to say we're in the big leagues is just...
You're not wrong. And let's be clear. I will be brutally honest. Anybody who plays a great heel can always be a good face. It is so much easier to be a good face than it is to be a good heel. Like, look at the history of some people that have come through the era. I don't know if you believe this. You know who was a babyface in Memphis for years? Jeff Jarrett. Have you seen this man? On the national stage, people cannot help but hate him. In Memphis, he was the hometown hero.
Huh.
Because it's all perception, I guess, as well.
Yeah, perception and perspective.
I mean,
Damn.
take the person like Lotus sits back down. He's like, take the person that I'm based off of with Booker T. He went from face to heel, back to face. I'm pretty sure he ended his career as a heel. I can't remember.
He also said wonderfully ridiculous things about Hulk Hogan, but that's the anniversary of that was like 2 days ago. That's a whole other deep cut. For those that know, for those that don't.
So, you two are great. Y'all have been doing real. Like, I've been listening, though I've been chomping, and
you can hear me. You can hear me over the sound of digestion. That is.
I listen. I listen. You speak nothing but truths.
Mm-hmm.
And I second with a second. It's like if Butter didn't think y'all ready, she wouldn't put you here. Sure as hell wouldn't put me here if I wasn't ready. So if she thinks I'm ready, then you two are definitely ready.
I think the issue isn't that you're not ready, Otis. It's you're always willing and able to do everything along the way. That's the issue with you, my man.
I mean
that and your propensity to burn down buildings,
or climb the pyramid.
That got us a lot of ticket sales. Say what you want to say, it got us ticket sales.
It did.
And he didn't set it on fire. That's a win and a win.
That is an eyesore of Memphis, and nobody can tell me otherwise. It was a waste of money, and we ain't even using it.
As that conversation dies down, there is a clinking of the glass at the head table where Birdie, Silas, and Freddie are. And Birdie stands up. I just want to say that I am incredibly proud of you. We are going to be doing everything we can to get as many of you on the card as possible, including a pre-show battle royal, which we'll be announcing at the next episode. And yes, anyone who participates in the battle royal will receive a pay-per-view bonus because we ain't cheap asses.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Now, I have
moving.
an announcement that I am very happy to make. We are 1 month out from the pay-per-view, and we have sold 11,000 tickets. We are 1,000 short of selling out the Coliseum, the biggest wrestling venue in Memphis.
Oh my god.
Just 1,000?
Bacchus is fully banging on the table, screaming.
And that is thanks to your hard work. That is something that you all can be proud of.
Hell yeah. Let's
Yeah.
go.
We have one more announcement. With the amount of pre-buys we have, we can go ahead and say that we are planning 3 pay-per-views a year for the foreseeable future.
Oh my god.
Let's
Oh,
go.
hell yeah.
Holy
Let's
shit.
go.
You all have done good. I am proud. Thank you for your hard work, and we'll see you under the lights.
Jeez.
And with that, Birdie makes her exit. You know that while she is head booker, she often goes home early from big social gatherings and hands off the keys of the kingdom to Freddie when she does. After this announcement, up to your table comes Don Dallas. Randall,
Yeah, Don, how's it going?
have a word?
Sure. You wanted to be private, or you just want to join the festivities here?
I have roasted potatoes.
Well, I can't pass that up now, can I?
Oh wait. Are there rosemary? Is there rosemary on those potatoes?
Yes, yeah. Okay, hold on. He passes the plate over.
Don sits down next to Randall.
Mhm.
He says, by the way, good work.
Mhm.
Got a lot of heat.
I mean, I'm used to know how people used to get them. I used to know how to get people to cheer me. It's not as hard to reverse that when you want to. That, and I did do some talking to some heels in Japan that really, really spiced up some of that stuff.
It's fair. I've seen some of your Noah stuff.
Mhm.
I don't think it would be inappropriate to say that you are likely the next generation.
I mean, we're not that far apart, Don. Like, we're still in the same actual generation.
Do you
You've
know?
only got 12 years on me.
12 years and 2 hip surgeries.
That is fair. You do have way more hip surgeries than me.
I was happy to come here and finish out my career. The only question I've got left is this where my career is finished?
Well, that's a love of the game question, my man. Like, do you want to? Is this? Do you want to go out like an old West gunslinger on your horse? How do you see yourself going out? Like, that's the universal question. I mean, we all should go out on our back, but that's a whole other conversation. Except Sting. Sting can do what he wants. But the question is do you want a final match situation? Are you looking at retiring after this match? Are you looking at doing a retirement tour? How do you want that to look?
I got about 12 months that they say I can bring it.
Okay.
And
So,
in that 12 months, what, 3 pay-per-views?
mhm. So there's a lot to do in that 12 months. As you know, you're a student of the game. The babyface chasing looks great and sells tickets. The question is, how do you want that? What do we want that to look like, and how do we want that to go down? Because let's be clear, heel chasing doesn't sell tickets. We know that. That's the tried and true formula. Is the hero chasing?
You know, back when I was younger, the babyface champions lasted a lot longer.
Mm-hmm.
Now, get a big long world title reign. They go from heel to face to back to heel. Gets exhausting. You know,
Well, if we've got 3 pay-per-views in total. Go ahead. Sorry, I was just doing the thought thinking.
no, you're fine. You know, I was face for the first 15 years of my career.
Yeah.
And I haven't been able to keep 2-year stints since without changing.
Mm.
Makes you wonder what's going on.
I think it's the universal truth of either you die the hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
I think
But I think attention spans have gotten shorter.
that's fair. I think I'd like to test that as a theory, though.
Sure.
Your conditioning's good.
Yeah. I mean, I can go 60 to 90 if we need to. I don't know if you want to go that long.
I think I might have an idea. I'm going to run it by Birdie before I talk to you.
Okay.
But either way, I do believe you are going to be a world champion someday.
I mean, again, would be the correct statement on that one. I don't want to put any disrespect on the lighter division. I cut my teeth there. There are a lot of good workers there.
No. I mean, do you know why Birdie doesn't have a world title in this company?
Enlighten me.
It's an old school mentality that world titles belong to national organizations.
Mm-hmm.
We have divisions, and we're about to add an internet title. Look over at your friend Otis. If we're going to be having a bigger promotional footprint, it's going to be through that internet title.
I can see that.
Assuming he
You are
can
going
get the job done.
I mean, let's be clear. You are going on a limb by calling Otis my friend. But
I mean, I thought we
he'll
were
nudge
friends.
Otis. I'll nudge Otis playfully, clearly indicating that was a joke. It's not like he doesn't actually think that Otis is his friend. Yes, I'm kidding. I just like trying to get this old codger to laugh because he's so grim sometimes. I understand I have a serious wrestling face, but no, you're not wrong. Internet exposure is good for the company. It's good for everybody involved. It's arguably the future of things.
Yeah.
especially with other deals and other things being signed. Let's be clear. The largest company for sports and entertainment in the world is making the move to a streaming platform in less than a year.
Have you been watching the numbers, subscribers?
I mean, globally or for like our product?
For ours.
Our product has gone up surprisingly higher than I thought it was going to.
Princess told me we hit 30,000 on YouTube the other day.
Mhm.
It's funny. I've been in venues that weren't that big. Weren't nearly that big.
That's for sure.
But that was considered a bigger accomplishment. This gate,
I mean, unless
gonna easily go past 250,000.
Mhm.
That's big business.
that is.
If you want to keep your friends close.
Yeah.
Because once the business gets big, people start turning on each other.
Not wrong there.
That's why I'm here instead of still in the big time. If I can tell you any piece of advice from an old man, the
Sure.
friends are more important than the business. The friends make the business worth doing.
I can see that.
I'll talk to Bertie and I'll get back with you.
Sounds good.
Got to make sure that we don't go over runtime.
Okay.
Don't want another debacle on the indie circuit like All In.
Mm-hmm. Why would we not go over runtime?
I'm too old for this. And he stands up and walks off.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was turns to everybody else. That was oddly cryptic and super old school.
Yeah.
Are you going to end the man's career or catapult it into the stratosphere? I don't know at this point.
What sounds like he just wants to die in the ring half the time to me. Like,
Should we be
like,
concerned?
I like Masawa. I don't want to go out like Masawa. But yeah, I'll let you know once he gets back to whatever he's going to ask Bertie to do. Like, if he thinks he can go 60 or 90, we can do that. Like, but no burning hammers for him.
When was the last time you did 60 or 90? It's been a minute, hasn't it?
No, I did 60 during the Japan tour against Foyuki.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We did that time limit draw. They do 60 over there. I try to keep my conditioning up for that. So it's been a few months, but it's not like I'd want to do 60 minutes every night. You know.
Yeah,
I'm not looking.
I remember that match. I had to pull clips for your fan page. I run a fan page for your stable. Yeah, I've been here the whole time. You didn't see me outside.
Are you hiding behind the plate of ribs?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. They're just sitting real low.
It's just bone. It's starting to become bones.
You're not even hiding. You're just like the ribs finally got eaten down with like you've been here the whole time.
Oh yeah, there's enough bones that
Yeah.
you can see through it finally.
Oh, how's it going, Bacchus? How you been?
Yeah, I've been doing all right. You two pointing
Yeah,
at Jack and Mantis. Y'all are scary right now. Ooh, it's good. It's good stuff.
they're very frightening.
Rawr.
I just want to point out that you have not been to drills in 4 months, and I note that. I note that.
I understand. I'm gonna try to be better at that. My new best friend Otis, is gonna make me commit to that more. I will say, I do have some other stuff going on. They pull out like their hoodie is so big they have like massive pockets. They pull out a tablet and show you multiple edits they've made of you with Porter, of Mantis, doing the stretch, this like nice like heavy metal thing with Jack pointing the handle at Samson.
Damn, this is where
Y'all
they
are hot
came
right now,
from.
and that's good for all of us.
I was wondering where these came from.
You like?
Yeah, these are fire. Good job.
Thank you.
I'm just impressed that you put all of this together.
Yeah, this
It's
is
amazing.
this
How
is
long
my
did that
first
take?
job here. A couple hours. I watch everyone's matches, and I note certain things down. Like this will go well with this trending sound.
That's fair. I don't social media. I really should hire someone for that.
Oh, you need to check out these fan cams, though.
Yeah.
Like they really put. There's a bunch of people put a load of time into getting these together, and
Mhm.
some of yours are great. I don't know if you've seen them or if anyone showed them to you, but at some point I'll have to send them to you. They're pretty good.
Sure.
It's mostly
I
the
do know how
J.
to
It's
use
mostly
them.
the J-pop.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
be ready
I
for
was-
that.
I was gonna say most of the fan cams, like, didn't they start like in K-pop and then
Yeah,
there has to be
it's been dipping in and out.
yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, a lot of the clips are from when we were in Japan. So
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
yeah, so I can see the correlation.
You mean J-pop from Japan?
From Japan.
About our tour in Japan.
Yeah,
I think this is a coincidence.
It's
and
very
could not
suspicious.
have anything to do with each other. Nothing suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Don't be
suspicious.
suspicious.
Like, yeah. So, but if you've been doing that work, that's really appreciated. Have you been letting Birdie know you've been doing that work?
I keep Birdie in the loop. She trusts me for most of it because she doesn't understand parts of it. But I try my best to.
Mhm.
I make sure she gets a copy of everything.
So I ask because when I go to Birdie and go, these people haven't been going to training, I can then be like, Birdie should be telling me you're doing other things.
Yes.
That's why I ask.
Yes, I can manage both.
Because I am training Mantis to take over for what I am doing, and I don't want to have Mantis use you as the person to show me how much Mantis has learned.
Okay. You phrase it like a threat, but that could end up being very funny and very good for both of us.
Half of what he says sounds like a threat, but it's really meant to be helpful.
I'm not. I'm not that threatening. I mean, I guess I could be that threatening, but I'm not actually that threatening.
You can be.
Yeah.
Can I? Okay.
Mainly
I
during
love that
training.
he sounds almost wistful. Like I could be that threatening.
I could.
Couldn't I?
By golly, one of these days.
Golly gosh darn, I'll be that intimidating, don't you know?
But yeah, this stylist stuff is going to be interesting. I mean, it'll be sad to see him go, but it'll be great to see what'll come out of it. And plus, the two of you in the ring together. Kids these days love old man yowie, so that's gonna go great.
I'm not that old. I also have no hip replacements.
Hopefully not yet.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
I'm heading into the prime of my career. I'm only 36.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of people who retire in our line of work by 25.
Yeah, that's because they do deathmatch wrestling and they're idiots.
Hey, I did like 2 of those matches. Okay, it was pretty fun.
And you got how many? And you got 3 concussions in 2 matches.
That's so many.
I mean, yeah.
How many concussions have I had my entire career?
1, but that was really when you tripped, falling, going up the stairs. Than anything else.
No, actually, I did have 1. That was when I wrestled Necro Butcher, but that's a whole other conversation.
Why were you okay?
Because I was 28 and stupid. That's the answer to that question. Like,
yeah, that one was pretty scary. Yeah,
like, I just don't do those types of things because it's silly. So yeah.
Speaking of those types of silly things, Stacy is going to walk up at that point and say, Juno, can I have a word?
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Is everything okay?
Oh, yeah, I just had an idea. Wanted to run it by you.
Please shoot.
And she's going to pull you over to the side of the lodge for this.
As they're getting up and she's like, please shoot. Randall's like, don't, that's not the right. No, okay, never mind.
Let the baby bird fly, Rand. Let the baby bird fly.
Yeah, but never tell somebody to shoot when you're going to go talk, because that's going to end up with that.
So,
Yeah.
I talked with Birdie, and she thinks with the downfall of the suits, we've got enough that we could have a match at the pay-per-view. You and me.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But we're not going to have a title on the line.
Okay.
So I want to take another route.
What are you thinking?
How do you feel about heights? I actually think with the length of the pause, that's a perfect place to just cut away from the conversation.
That was Amber freaking out because Amber has a fear of heights. So
Okay. I actually think that that is a great place for us to pause, take our break, and then we will come back in about 10-15 minutes for the second half, the wrestling side of Championship Wrestling Memphis. See y'all soon. Hey, everybody. Welcome on back in to Championship Wrestling Memphis here on High Shelf Collective. We are heading in to the main match card. We have a few fewer matches tonight, so we might end up having a short stream, but still going to be full of wrestling goodness. First up, the music for Stacy, formerly Hart Roberts, hits, which is Lessen the Damage by Poppy. But at the beginning, there is a sound effect that is a breaking sound. And on the video, Stacy is now the broken heart. And she is coming out. Everything else is as it was about her entrance, but she is now the broken heart, Stacy Roberts. And Juno, what does your entrance look like as you are coming out for this grudge match?
For this grudge match, you just hear like the grating of the beginning chord, the beginning guitar chords of Birth in Reverse by St. Vincent fill the arena. It is cacophonous. It is definitely painful to the ears to those who don't understand, but to those who get it, the girls that get it, get it. And I feel like maybe the crowd goes silent because it is such a grating noise, and that's exactly what Mantis wanted for this grudge match, was for this moment of potentially unseating this like rising star corporate ass girl, to make her feel like, at least in the ring, she needs to be watching her back constantly. So Mantis comes out. Their costume is all decked out in greens and purples, like the same kind of iridescence as like a praying mantis's wings, with green gauntlets, green boots, excuse me, like, and like purple accents and piping everywhere. Their hair is tied, like usually tied up like out of the ring and like, you know, a low bun or a low pony, but they have their hair like up in like a faux hawk moment, standing maybe like 3 or 4 inches tall, again just signifying that they're ready to strike and they're zeroed in. So they come into the ring and lock eyes with Stacy, and they just go, "Stacy girl, you're going down." And then hop into the ring, and it's ready to go.
Now, first of all, housekeeping question. Who was coming out with you from AOG?
I believe
Jack.
it was Jack.
Jack.
It's Jack.
So Jack is coming to the ring behind Mantis. And I will note that there is that moment of silence for about 5 to 10 seconds. And then Mantis appears. And apparently has nuclear heat with the audience after last week, which is always a positive thing when you're trying to be a heel. It as you go to say those words to Stacy goes directly at you and starts in with a flurry of punches to the head. So
Bitch.
go ahead and let's start with a body roll.
Okay. All right. Here. Yeah, I'll use my own dice because the ones on the Google generator are ass.
Aw.
I just was lazy. Okay. Body. What is my body? Oh, great. A -1. We love that.
That's all right. Stacy's at a -1 too.
Okay. Oh, you've got to fucking kidding me.
Where are you at?
I rolled a 1.
Wow. Here I thought for sure you were going to end up on top because I rolled a total of 4.
Nope.
I rolled a
Ooh.
snake eyes, baby.
Okay. So here's the question.
That's what I get for not using my dice tower.
How is it that this smaller competitor gets the drop on Mantis?
I think they're still shooketh by the question of how do you feel about heights. And the past several days since that was proposed, Mantis has been worried about the potential of heights, and they tried to play it off, coming into the ring, but I think they stumble into getting through the ropes, and that stumble and being caught off guard gives Stacy that upper hand.
Fair enough. So it is a flurry of punches that sends you back into the corner. And Stacy is going to get some pumping up the crowd, moving around, going back into the opposite corner and running in and doing a flying lariat where she comes through the top and middle rope and is immediately climbing on top of the turnbuckle after hitting you with her forearm. So we're going to go ahead and roll plus body and see how she does. Okay. That is a 10. So she is going to maintain control in the match, and she is going to come off the top rope and hit a big crossbody onto Mantis. And it's at that point that you're like, oh, she actually has some fire to her. She's not just going for all the social media high spots, but she's actually starting to tell a coherent story of this grudge match. What would you?
Sin, quick question.
Yes.
You said so I have a move called Seen It All. When you're in a match with a stipulation, gain 1 momentum at the beginning of the match. Is there a stipulation to this?
There is no stipulation of this match. There will be in the next one.
Okay.
That we talked about beforehand.
All right. No worries. Okay. Well, then I would like to well, fuck. Okay. You said she uses her forearm to drop.
Yeah, basically what happens, she flies through the ropes, hits you with her forearm as she goes through, climbs up to the top rope, and dives off sideways to hit on top of you.
Okay. I would like to take her forearms and see while she's diving, like grab her forearms before she makes impact and use that to like roll both of us over so that I'm on top. God, this is sexual.
For
Fodder for
anyone
Blair.
that did
That's
not know
wrestling.
that there are sexual undertones to wrestling, you just rocked
Wow.
their world.
Wow. Wrestling's horny?
What?
I never knew.
What?
Shocked Pikachu face.
I would like to take her forearms, roll us both over, and hold her arms over her head and say, just kidding. You can't break my
Okay.
heart that easy.
All right. So you have taken a bit. I will give her +1 momentum on that to switch things over to where you are in control.
Okay.
And let's go ahead then. You currently have +3 heat with the group, the suits as a whole. So why don't you go ahead and roll at a +3 and see how well this goes over this pinning combination that you've got.
Okay. And do I
You're
add
just
any modifier?
rolling your 2d6 and add 3.
Okay, great. No other stat. Well, that's better. That's a 7.
Okay. So you were able to
Or like
either
math.
keep control or get +1 momentum. If you give up control, then it would be Stacy taking control in the match.
See, this is where I'm sorry, this is TMI, but this is High Shelf Collective. This is where my switch tendencies are coming in, and I'm like, no. Paul looks over it.
My switch tendencies coming soon on High Shelf Collective.
That's
I want to know what
baby.
system we're mechanically using for that, because I feel there's a lot of ways to resolve that. I'm just saying.
That's Monster Hearts.
That's Monster Hearts, yeah. Or anything that uses a coin.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I would like, since I'm pinned, I have her pinned underneath me. I would like to see if I can transition it into a headlock moment, like a Nelson moment.
Okay. All right. So then go ahead and roll plus work.
You've got to be God fucking damn it. That's a 1 again.
Wow. Okay.
I rolled snake eye. Okay, I'm retiring these 2 dice. Fuck
Okay.
this.
So
those dice have betrayed you.
as you go
Truly.
to try to get Stacy into a headlock situation, she pulls out and does like a jumping European uppercut in the style of Rob Stark, in which you see she is now pulling out moves from the suits to honor them and keep them in the ring despite the fact that they are no longer with her. After that big uppercut, she is going to attempt to turn around and hit what's called a standing slice bread, where she is standing with your head over her shoulder, and she is going to attempt to do a flip and land with impact right behind you. Okay, she is able to do it. She gets +1 momentum, but she does not retain control of the match because she got an 8.
Okay.
So after she hits this maneuver, how do you move to take back control of the match?
You said there are ladders in the ring?
Not as of yet. There are, some implements around the ring, especially there's always something underneath a wrestling ring. Who knows how it gets there? Just little blessings from the gods of wrestling.
I would.
I-
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I thought all wrestling rings were just fey trees, and it was just a portal to
Yeah. Well,
to
that's
Arcadia.
why.
That's isn't that
That's why I'm reaching out to my friend who knows trees the most, the lumberjack, to see if he
Yeah.
can pull something out from the fey tree.
Oh yeah, I'd love to see what the Fae have left for us.
Just because you are Lumberjack Lambda, I feel it would be appropriate for you to pull out, lumber. In wrestling, quite often, there are used tables in which someone will put their opponent through a table. And it feels like pulling lumber out from under the ring would be a perfect assignment for Lumberjack Lambda.
Oh yeah, then I'd love to pull out whatever lumber is hiding under the ring.
the question
Jack is pulling out his wood.
Yeah.
But the question is, do you have American lumber or Japanese lumber? Because those are two very different types of lumber,
Oh.
and you should really specify.
We are definitely going with American style, which is wider. It's scored, so it can break much more easily. And
it's not a real table that's there to kill you.
No.
Then yes, to be specific, American lumber.
Yes.
Yeah. Japanese tables are a completely different beast. We'll go into that in a dissertation at
Later.
another point. Yeah.
There's a whole thing.
Yeah.
College course on lumber.
So the question is, how would you like to set up to try to put Stacy through this table?
I would like to take her leg that she slammed down and grab like her ankle and like her calf and see if I can use the leverage of her being on one leg and like throw her into the table.
Okay. So like you're on the floor, got the table set up on the floor, she's on the like apron, and you're trying to pull her down almost into like a modified power bomb.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Then I think that definitely qualifies as a plus heat, which would give you that +3 if you can roll it.
Okay. +3. Again, that's a 7.
Okay. So it is up to you then if you would like to maintain control of the match or if you'd like to bump up your momentum.
I think I'll bump up my momentum.
Okay. Then where we are at, let me pull up. You've got okay. So as she goes through the table, you've got a little bit of leeway to kind of break away and catch a breather, because she has been on you from the start of the match. And it's only a second after she's gone through the table that you see her tumble back and step up from that position and go jumping back on the ring apron to run at you and do what they would call a cannonball, where she is flipping over to go back first into you.
Hold on. I'm trying to imagine this. Wait. So she's
Yeah.
flipping over. She's no
So
longer on the
she
table.
jumps and tucks her head, and her back is what is hitting you.
Okay. I would like to. Okay. Basic moves.
Yeah, you actually, she got a 6, so you would have control to determine. You're basically able to catch her.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would like to do something underhanded.
Okay.
And throw her out of the ring. Is that allowed?
Well, right now you would be on the floor because
Oh.
the table was set up outside. So if you want to do something underhanded, you could like throw her onto the ring. You could use the ring steps. You could use one of the barricades that's out there. Your options are pretty...
May I recommend something?
Yes, Paul, please do.
There is a famous, what is called the nope spot by Samoa Joe, which is you just step out of the way and let somebody run into something. You could just nope spot into her cannonball into the steel steps. That is always a good look. That makes you look very smart. And it's also really dirty looking for what she's trying to do, because it denies the crowd a cool looking spot.
That's what I was thinking about doing, was stepping out of the way, but I didn't know if like Sin would allow me to do that. But if I can just like sidestep and be like
100%.
Yeah.
Smugly sidestepping, like, why do you think that would work on me? Is the classic Samoa Joe nope spot.
Yeah, I will do that. I will be note spotting that.
Okay.
And when I do something unhanded to get what I want, which is control of the match, I would like to spend 2 momentum and pick one of them, because that's one of my basic role moves as a heel.
Fantastic. So that is, I believe. Sorry, which playbook were you again?
I am the come up.
Okay.
The call up, sorry.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Okay. And you are getting +1 heat?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That brings you up to 4 heat, which means that you have enough heat that when the match finishes, you are able to get +1 to your audience. And I think that this is probably a good point to kind of move toward that, because she has just flown into the steel steps. Question is, how would you want to put the referee in a position where they have to stop the match? Like, what would you like to do that is against the rules, so to speak?
What would be within the rules? Can you give me examples of that, just autistically?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You know how we said that she fell into a table?
Yes.
That's okay. But if you like hit your opponent with something that is a foreign object, that is a disqualification. It could also be something where you bring, like, taking off the turnbuckle pad and then hitting, like, her into it would be considered a disqualification.
If I were DQ'd,
Having-
would I lose my place in the PPV?
No, it's setting it up.
Okay. Okay, great. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Hear me out. It's not even a hear me out. I would like to take I would like to take one of the barricades and like smash her between the steps and that barricade and just be like, you never should have gotten past these anyway. You should have always been a fan.
Fair enough. So, essentially, you're like squeezing Stacy in between the steel on steel.
Mm-hmm.
And the referee calls for the bell, saying that this is a disqualification. Technically it's a loss, but it feels like a win.
Yeah. Considering those roles, I could have done a lot worse.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see, just on the basics, how this finish goes over. We're gonna do just like when you're booked to win a match, we want to see just what you roll on a straight 2d6. No bonuses, no penalties.
Straight 2d6. All right. Well, all of my d6s are rolling like ass, so let me choose 2 other random d6s.
These will be blessed by the god of Hades.
I should have blessed my dice and my titties before this, but it's been years since I've done that.
As a side note, Jack should start a she a fan chant right now. That'd be hot.
That's a 10.
Fantastic.
Lord Hades wins again.
So, what that's going to mean is that you will get +1 to your audience for the match ending with 4 heat, and an additional +1 audience from hitting your finishing the match with additional heat.
Hell yeah. Sick.
Okay.
Will you be posting these in our Discord?
I can. Oh, God, the Nope compilation.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, Mantis has +2 audience going into the pay-per-view. And we'll get an announcement about what that's going to mean a little bit later on.
Hell yeah.
For now, Jack, you are expected to stay out because Samson is heading to the ring. The masked giant, 6'10", over 300 pounds. The first opponent that has looked down on you.
Mm-hmm.
Samson doesn't typically talk much, but you've been requested a face-to-face, and Freddie English is in the ring with a microphone. Now, I have been told by Silas Jennings that neither of you is supposed to have any physicality prior to your championship match. at the pay-per-view. So, please, let's be civil as you can be.
How close can I walk up to him?
You can go directly up to him.
I'm gonna within, a breath.
Now. Hold on. Can see Freddie really selling the fact that he's terrified to be in the ring with two incredibly large people. Okay. Jack, you are relatively new to Championship Wrestling Memphis. I want to know. The people want to know. Why do you think that you have what it takes to take out someone who has been a champion for over 9 months? He'll put the microphone up to you.
He takes the mic. He stays within that breath distance. He just goes, well, I've been a lumberjack for many years. And the one constant, big trees fall the hardest. And he hands the mic back.
Very, very apropos words. Freddie looks to Samson. Samson, you have a record 12 defenses of the heavyweight title. Do you think that Jack Lambda poses a threat to your reign? And he'll hold up the microphone to Samson. Samson does not talk, just shakes his head. Powerful lack of words, I suppose. Jack, you have rarely faced an opponent that is larger than you. Do you think you have what it takes to take down this big tree? You said the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Kind of thinks for a moment. He takes the mic. Just because he's big doesn't mean shit. He can look down on me all he wants. But it's going to be great watching him fall. And I look forward to gazing down on you and seeing that look of defeat, one that you've never tasted quite yet. It's going to be so rewarding. So keep that in mind.
I would like you to go ahead to see how the crowd received your promo. Go ahead and make a roll and roll plus look.
Plus look. Haha, plus nothing. Not bad. That's a 10.
Nice. Okay. So, you have their attention. You connect with the audience. You get to pick two. 2 of those. Yeah. Okay. And him. Yeah. Yeah. Coming out of the crowd, and we're all carrying and axe handles, and immediately go to work on like the knees and like the reference to like staring down at him during the promo. It's very much that like not hey our music hits and it's cool. No, this is a mugging. This is a classic like out of the beat him down, the ribs. We can go as far as take to Jason and see what Jason wants to do. Okay, that's fair. So, just being full of the heel stable, but making sure to do it with Jack. And probably let Jack keep cutting a promo about I didn't lay a hand on him. That's what management touch him type situation. I love that. and a punch for the um the sacrifice, and it takes a couple seconds, and Randall comes out, and he is dressed in the same thing that he was dressed, tracksuit, reminiscent of Suzuki-gun. That style of like logoed tracksuit looks nice, but also kind of gives that like it looks nice, it's organized, it looks good, but it's not friendly. Like it's not here to it's comfortable for me, not for you. Um type attitude. And he will slowly make cuts from the last show to see, like, really examine and take it in, see how they're responding. Um, Technically, let me double check and see what I got.
He does. Randall sits in the chair. He also put it on the table. Ready. It's really fun that I just got done watching something because if you thought I was ready, conditioning, you said, I don't know, you you have.
and he will. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He will. Sure.
face to face. Sure.
Fair.
And came out for your match. And I think that you are equal in ours.
Okay.
Yeah. That works.
Yeah, he's gonna be the best.
Okay.
Go.
Okay. Okay.
new character. Seven. Let's go. What momentum? Keep track of that. You know what? We gotta try to hit the finisher early, right? Try to wrap this up. Um, so I missed. I missed.
Okay.
For my swimsuit.
I mean, so 8. I want to get.
Okay.
Yeah, I got
And they're just like, as you know, sort of game. Shit. Yeah. Just
It's like, Um,
That's fine. Oh no.
like,
Yeah. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Book.
oh, oh, that,
Except,
okay.
yeah. I got the momentum back. Right?
Okay.
I think he's been heelish, like run with the stable. He picks them up and like like audience, and then
Nice.
How very. So, but fascism and police corruption and Greg, other than that, just keep a look at our discords for anything I come up with. Like I said, we also, if you're interested, um, I don't have the chat control at Twitch, but like, if you're interested in playing Mass Effect, check out 4 Omega. It's based off the Cyberpunk red rules, and if you we got like 50 episodes on our Twitch and the back call and on YouTube. So check that out as well.
Alrighty. Wait, that
Yeah, got the jumpsuit.
Beacon Bites 2 World Flesh episode 2. And then next week at some point we'll have Battle. But come back and watch for those shows. It's gonna be but yeah. Thank you, Sin. This has been awesome.